G'day everyone and welcome to another Thursday night 5:30 drive home stream. Hope you're all having a wonderful week. Ready for some Thursday night football once again. Big J, how's it going, my friend?
I'm good, Joe. Just trying to navigate the drive home and navigate all this bloody carnage in Supercoach, mate. We were talking about off-air, players getting injured, players getting rested, other ones being emergencies, mate. I don't know what's going on.
Man, it's been an absolute rough one. I've complained to you enough off the air, and everyone is seeing it week by week in my team reviews. Just getting shafted left, right, and center. But hey, at least we have these wonderful viewers to give us some company and to help me feel a little bit better about myself. Boy Dot starting up with the hello. Is it me? Oh, good to see Adam.
I think Boy Dot really needs to change his profile to like a Lionel Messi. Not Lionel Messi, sorry, Lionel Richie. Lionel Richie. Put Lionel Richie's head on Messi's body. That'd be kind of cool. And just kind of continue it on a little bit there. Maybe a bit of a challenge for next time.
That would be pretty damn funny. B. James, Khan McKanga, how's it going, B. James? Yeah, it looks like we might be seeing you at the footy this week. B saying Sheasel for 60 and 70 goals this week. Look, I might end up having to hold on to Sheasel this week against my will, depending
you know
on
the
team.
Beautiful thing about, Joe, you know the beautiful thing about keeping Sheasel?
What?
Is that you get to cheer him on in the game this weekend. Because you know the results already set, right? The results already, you know who's there. Now you get to watch Sheasel kick the ball and be happy about it and be like, yeah, was a good kick, set up a goal, but he's in my Supercoach team. So that's all that matters, right? Same thing for me and Zach Merritt. Like, there's no way I'm going to the game and not having Zach Merritt in my team because I will be crying. Tell you what.
Yeah, maybe, potentially. We'll see. Good evening, Velo. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good week. Yeah, the week's been all right. The week's been okay. It's a bit up and down at work, but otherwise, we're looking to end the week on a high.
Yep.
Blake, good evening to you, my friend. Evening. Have you ever told the story of how you guys met? You can admit if it was Tinder.
Oh, well, you know, cat's out of the bag now, Joe. That's it.
It was pretty innocuous, pretty random. Chance meeting on George's Fantasy Take TV Discord channel. Just a bunch of a couple of communications here and there across a couple of seasons ago, and Big J it was love at first voice. He heard my voice, loved what I had to say, invited me to come on, and as they say, the rest is history.
Pretty much.
B, should I trade McKercher and Reed to Ryan and Fisher and keep Roberts so I have a full back line, or just trade Roberts?
Nah, I would do McKercher and Reed and finish the back line, I think. Get rid of the guys that are going to drop a lot in money. Reed's going to score like 20 this week. They're just going to get demolished. And, yeah, get rid of the cash gen. If Roberts is not being named, that's perfect for you.
Yeah. Very good afternoon.
If you've got Roberts in the back line, you might as well get rid of Roberts and cash in a little bit more because I think Roberts is going to drop in price as well, if not being around the same price as McKercher now.
Oh, he's not going to play this week. I think it's already been there's been news out there that Roberts is not going to play, have his load be managed. A very good afternoon to you, West Coast Eagles Raw, as well as to you, Captain Flash, and Unbranded. Hello, as usual, to Unbranded.
What's up, fellas?
We got Ben Graff. Hey, boys. Hope you're having a good day. Please rate my trades. I copped the sweet donut last week to bring in Zorko and Bont this week. Very, very nice.
Nice. I was saying to Joe that Sweet R2 owners are going to be in pain if Vicentini plays and Sweet doesn't play. It's going to be a tough one. Hopefully the guy's back in. My cash gen would love it. But, yeah, some people have Sweeter R2 and it kind of hurts. It's going to mess up a lot of stuff.
Can't believe he copped the Rona. Of course he copped the Rona. Unbelievable. Shawnee, how's it going, my friend? Jack Glenn saying that the Suns by 50 tonight. Put your house on it.
It would not surprise me. Those NT conditions, Joe, last week versus North Melbourne wasn't great, but those NT conditions are really punishing. It's going to be, I think it's the Ned Moyle versus Conway battle tonight, which I think's hilarious. But yeah, they just, Gold Coast hasn't made. I'm really glad there's not an NT-based team, because I don't know if you couldn't play games there, but boy, oh boy, everyone would hate going up there for home and away matches. Really, like those conditions there are almost as bad. I think like Melbourne normally play a couple of home games up there every year, and mate, it is struggle town.
It is. It's horrific. The humidity, the slippery ball. It's like, what the hell is going on over there? It's amazing that people even play football.
Bloody Mark! Thank you very much, Mark. Go the Bombers, mate. Hopefully, we see you there on the weekend at the game.
On your mark, mate. We're going to be there, and we're going to be cheering loud. Level 3, because it is basically a sellout. It was really hard to find tickets to the game. Mark, you are an absolute legend. Much love to you, brother. Hopefully, we get a massive win. Sorry?
You got us tickets?
I did, but it was very hard to do so because bloody hell, it is going to be pumping. Marvel Stadium is going to be pumping. So if you haven't bought your tickets for Essendon v North, you got to do it ASAP, because my word, I'm a member and I struggle to find us tickets side by side, Jez. So yeah, if you haven't already, you've got to buy your tickets. Velo, at least Essendon playing well for you. Man, if the Bombers weren't playing well, Velo, things would be very, very hard for Joe.
Joe would be very upset if the Bombers were not third on the ladder. Oi, oi, oi.
Oh, mate, with how my Supercoach team is going, you can bet it. Just can't bring myself to bring in a 35-year-old. Yeah, look, Zorko, man. There's a lot of upside to the selection, considering that he's probably going to be a top 3 forward if he holds that role. You know, that's pretty damn good at that price. And the run that he's got in the next 4 weeks is just bonkers. You can almost pencil him in for a 120 plus average over the next 4 weeks. It's worth the risk, I think.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Oh, my bathtub plug just broke. No, that's unlucky, Captain.
Why are you watching us in the bath? Captain Flash, mate, we're not bathtub stream, we're the drive home stream. You don't watch us in the bath, mate.
Mate, he's feeling good, bro. He's feeling good.
I guess so.
Aussie Abroad, is there a chance that Biggie gets a game with McKercher out? Asks Aussie Abroad. Come on, Jez, please give us some good news.
There's always a chance. The only problem is that Miller Bergman, who played a few games last year, it plays a similar role to what Sheasel has given up to McKercher, and I think Miller Bergman's actually been doing quite well in the VFL. So unless there's like a structural change and they move a few players out, I don't think Biggie's going to come in this week, unfortunately. He did have 15 disposals and 8 marks and a few different things on the weekend, but they're just not a like-for-like position. That's the big thing.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, it's just not a like-for-like, and as a result, it's unlikely to happen. Came over to Dons. Love it. Hopefully in a positive way, boy dot. Cuz is asking, Stewart or Fisher plus 140K? I'd probably lean towards Fisher plus the money.
There's so many people jumping on Fisher, and it would really suck if you did a hammy. But the guy's already done like 2 hammies already. I'm not putting hammy Fisher into the world. I'm really not. But like, the injury concerns are always there. He is the cheaper player. He is playing a favourable role. It looks like Sheasel's not going to be taking a bit of the ball anymore, which kind of sucks, but things can always change. But yeah, like you do what you can do, right?
I mean, it's hard.
If I was there as an option, I would probably pick Nazaya. If that was my options, I would go Nazaya over Tom Stewart. if it doesn't mess around with your buy structure, I would pick Nazaya over Tom Stewart in that option. If you had said Nazaya or Fisher and some money, Nazaya is my pick.
Yeah, Stewart still dropping in cash. He's going to be playing in the humid, slippery conditions up in Darwin. Unlikely to take many intercept marks as a result as well.
I just don't think Stewart's going to be top 12 this year. I don't think he's going to be top 10. That's kind of my bold prediction for the rest of the season, unless something drastic happens and a lot of Geelong players get injured. Max Holmes is stealing his ball and run off half back. You've got Guthrie and SDK stepping up, which means that he's not getting as many intercepts as what he has. And Guthrie's been taking a decent amount of kick-ins as well. So kind of those traditional avenues for Tom Stewart in scoring just aren't there anymore as much.
Yeah, a lot of sharing.
And hence I think he's on like a 98 average at the moment, which is not Tom Stewart like, you know.
Yeah, 98 average, considering the fact that he did also cop the concussion, and he was on.
That's true.
You know, so he was. So his average would be higher if not for that game where he was subbed out due to the concussion. So he still passes the eye test. He still does look really good, but yeah, there's no real rush to get him in.
No, and I think they came out today. There's an article this week, Joe. I don't know if you can check it, but there was an article this week that basically said, "Oh, Tom Stewart might cop a bit more attention." So I don't know. Take what you can.
Take that what you will. Don's coming in third all of a sudden, bro. It's not all of a sudden. There's a big sound, bruv.
And it's Essendon.
And it's the Dons, not the Giants, because the Giants were down last
week. A tricky thing. It's a real tricky thing. I know we spoke a lot off the air about it, Joe, about Essendon is third, but their average is under 100. So they've had a few really good. Yeah, they've had a really good few games where they've won by like a goal or 8 points, and then their losses are huge. So yeah, it's a bit of a difference, I think.
Come on, AFL well ladder. Come on, AFL website. Don't cuck me now. There we are. Get around us, mate. I know it's the first time since 1997, I think, where a team in the top four at this point in the season has a percentage less than 100.
Yeah.
But
so if anyone doesn't know, that means that they have kicked less goals and won by less than what they've lost by, which is crazy for a team that's third on the ladder.
It means you've conceded more points than you've scored.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is what we've done. But jeez, what's going on there?
I got no idea.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. I think there's something's happened, but seems to be okay. Stream's still going. You can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you. And I can't see you, but
you've lost your green. Yeah, green screen's cucked it. That's weird.
Oh well, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But I mean, the most important thing is you look at our form, and we haven't lost in the last 5. It's a great screen. Correct. It's not real. I can put it down, but my room's an absolute mess at the moment. So
try and refresh. Refresh yourself, and the screen will come back.
Refresh myself.
Yeah, just refresh the web page. The stream won't die because I'm still on here. Yeah, there you go, boys and girls. Yep, you're all being fooled. Joe has a green screen. Unfortunately, cinema magic for however long, and yeah, I mean, if you didn't know that was a green screen, you're in a bit of trouble, I suppose.
What green screen? There's no green screen. What are you talking about?
Nothing. No problems.
You can't. You guys seriously have told me you've never noticed the graininess around my arms every time I move. You guys are funny. Great. Sick of Essendon crap, bro. Everything is a fake, guys. It's literally a fake. How can I sit so close to a wall How can I sit so close to a wall, guys? Oh, yeah, and Big J. Yeah, Big J really sits inside the Sydney Swans coaches box.
Yeah, that's where I'm driving now. I'm going to Sydney.
Big J's off to join the Sydney Swans' coaches box. I love it. You guys are
me
funny.
and Longmire every week. That's it, mate.
Oh, you guys are unbelievable. I love you guys. You guys are so funny. Liam, how's it going, Liam? Go Luke Ryan and a rookie to bench or Fisher and Zorko? Oof.
Oh. It's a real tricky one. I think at this point in time, Luke Ryan's kind of finished, and grab the Fisher and Zorko as two guys. Hopefully, he can keep as keepers for the year.
Big J beard is fake too.
Oh my gosh! Wow, mate. Story out, Joe. I've been frauded. They found out all my knowledge. I'm like, Doctor. Have you ever seen Doctor Disrespect? You know the streamer. After he finishes stream, he takes off his hat, takes off his mustache, takes off his beard, everything, and he's just like a normal guy. But when he's on stream, that's it. So maybe that's like myself. I just put on like the Santa beard, put on the glasses, look completely different in person. That's why no one's noticed me, Joe. Everyone notices Joe. No one notices me when we go and do things.
Who notices me when we do things?
Oh, everyone. Oh, that's Joe. Oh.
Bro, now you're creeping me out. I have no idea what you're talking about at this point in time. I reckon, Liam, you want more premiums.
What?
More premiums on field is always better than less premiums on field.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying.
Crummer, biggest worry for you this round, Joe? The biggest worry for me is whether or not I'm going to have enough people to field on this goddamn field.
You got 23 playing. 22 players playing.
Bro, Karmis, dead. Hoare, dead. McKercher, dead. Graham, dead. Rogers, dead.
Sweet doesn't play, you got a donut this week.
If Sweet doesn't play, he's also dead. Garcia, I'm hearing apparently Garcia might potentially be dropped. He's going to be dead. Biggie also dead. I have a dead bench, ladies and gentlemen. That's my biggest concern at this point in time. And because of that, I can't do what I want to do, which is trade out Shazel and get both Zorko and Fisher. Because if I do that, I'm copping a donut. Even now, as we currently stand, with me trying to do the conservative thing of trading out Reed and Cadman, I still might cop a donut if Sweet doesn't come back in. So I am waiting with bated breath for these team sheets to come out to hopefully give me some hope for the rest of the season. Because right now, it is a curse at this point in time. I am cursed. That's my biggest worry, Crummer.
Bello's always got us laughing.
Oh, mate, I don't know if it's an even season, and because of that, I'm screwed. But yeah, it's I don't know. That's my biggest concern in a nutshell. If Shazel named backline, then I will keep. If not, bye-bye, and thanks for your services.
That's fair. That's all right. I'm looking at potentially buy flipping, but we'll see what happens.
Shazel's an interesting one because he was on with Dwayne on SEN, and he said a lot of interesting things, and a lot of it was in relation to his role. So he's admitted so far that he hasn't had the impact that he wants so far, but he's enjoyed the switch. And he thinks for himself that in the long term, that role is best suited to him. And he understands that he's not lighting it up with disposals, but he knew that was going to happen. And he's okay because I don't really care about the disposals anymore, is what he says. I want to learn the role. It's a very different role to halfback. And the best way to go about learning it is to actually play it. And so this is Shazel himself talking about his future. So Shazel is he's flagging that if McKercher when McKercher comes back to that halfback role, Shazel's not playing halfback. I think he might have to cover for him, given him being out. and we'll wait and see what
What happens
Mukersha's
with
timeline is.
Bergman and stuff as well? Yeah, we'll see if like someone takes the role. The biggest thing with Sheasel, and it just shows the quality of the player, right? Sheasel wants North Melbourne to get wins. Sheasel wants North Melbourne to get better. But even more so, Sheasel is that high impact player that just wants to be the superstar. He will go where the club needs him to go, and he will impact that very, very well. We might get DPP swing Sheasel in the few years, where some games he's playing half back because, like Dane Zorko, right? Some games he's playing half back because the half backs are injured, and then he goes up and plays forward because we need someone who can kick goals and be that link-up player. I think that's the mold that he's slowly going into.
Yep, exactly. I'm just going to pull up some news that I've got here. So if it loads, this one is going to say that Elliot Yeo is not going to play this week. I don't know why it's being very slow. His groin is still not quite right. Believe me, that's what it says, okay? I don't know why.
Too much making babies, Joe.
Too much making babies.
Too much making babies on.
As you guys would know, Sean Darcy is not going to be traveling to play with the Dockers this week. He's got a calf complaint, still trying to work through it. Potential debut for Liam Reedy.
I saw that as well.
Also, there is a debutant coming in for the Tigers. Steely Green is going to be making his debut, which is
half the team's going to debutant, Joe. If they've got someone with 2 legs, 2 arms, and's not injured, he's going to play this week.
Yeah, exactly. So that's going to be pretty interesting to see. We've also got the news that Jordan De Goey has been cleared to return against Adelaide on Saturday, and Tom Mitchell still out of the team. What does that mean for Sullivan, mate? We've got to have a look. Sullivan plays that mid-forward type role, which Jordan De Goey plays as well. So it will be interesting to see the team sheets when they come out very soon, whether or not Sullivan...
Take a lot for me, I think, if I go Breville or Sullivan and what's going to happen. I have the potential to do both, and I think we're very lucky that neither of them are going to be playing today, so you don't need to make up the decision at the moment. But tomorrow afternoon is going to be pretty important, I think.
On the Suns tonight, as are we both, Jonas. I think we've both tipped the Suns tonight.
Yeah,
we got ourselves at Conway 10-4, good buddy. Chase, I'm a B. Oh, there we go, Chase. He's going to be there. But goddamn, if I didn't have Supercoach, I doubt I'd be watching any game of theirs. No offense, Big J.
No, mate, I'm to be honest, guys, I'm only going because we're doing this. It's a good chance to hang out with Joe and hang out with you guys, but I'm over watching North Melbourne games at the moment. It's just painful. Talk to me about Supercoach all day. I'm very, very happy. Talk to me at the game about Supercoach, about anything else. No dramas, but watching North Melbourne, we're a bit of a rabble at the moment.
Oh, Mark's in Perth, bro. Would love to catch a game with you one day, Mark. You're an absolute superstar.
We'll make the travel. We'll make the, if YouTube money keeps coming through, we'll definitely make the travel. I know Joe and I were talking off air about potentially a Brisbane or a Sydney or even an Adelaide trip at some point, but we might just have to put it off till next year. We'll come out, we'll do a couple of cities, and we'll meet all the fans and whatnot.
Jeez. I love it how you think that we're going to be able to just travel around the country and just say
hi
to fans.
Caden McDonald can do it with AFL.
Why can't we? We're not Caden McDonald level. What are you talking about?
Not yet. Don't put the fans down, man. 100% we can make it happen.
No. I love these guys. I'm putting you down, bro. What are you talking about?
Mate, sky's the limit, Joe. That's it.
11 a.m. Nixon Hotel. That's where we're going to be. 100% Velo. Double dummy. Tough week this week. Have done about 50 phantom trades and still can't decide what to do.
Yeah.
Diesel and Reed worry me so much. Trade both.
The biggest thing, right? And I'll say this to everyone. I've said it to Joe. The biggest thing is that all of these rookies need to get going. Make the upgrades. Make the changes in your team to get rid of the bad players from your field. Sheasel, at the very least, is good for an 85 to a 90. That's a lot better than some of these other players we've got. Reed is going to drop in price with no Elliot Yeo. There's a lot of these guys. Close is not a keeper, as Hold Your Ghost is saying just here. Get rid of these players first, then worry about sideways and primos in the buy rounds. Yeah. That's what you got to do. Right now, you've got people like Joe who are looking at like trading a Sheasel, and then like the number of primos on field doesn't go up. So it makes things really difficult.
That's what I'm telling you. I'm gonna have to hold him at this with all this carnage everywhere else.
Because getting rid of the shitty players is what people should be doing right now.
100%. 100%. The Swans are unreal. The Swans. That's why they're everyone's favorite at the moment, right?
Yeah, and that's why all these people are going after their free agents and the people who are, potentially leaving the club. Will Gould is probably the only player in the last couple of years that hasn't been picked up from a Swans team, but I think Haywood's up for contract and a lot of people are after him. They've had quite a few that have been there, even Melican and stuff. I know North Melbourne and these other teams, that their development's just too good. I don't know who their development manager is, but I think a lot of it also, and you see it with a Collingwood, right? I think a lot of it comes down to the strength of their mature age players and the ability to just let these players play at their strengths and then negate their weaknesses with the talent in the team. And I think every team really needs to be looking at that, basically as a building pot.
Well, it also definitely helps when you've got a bloody academy just pumping out.
No, of course, but like even outside of the academy, being able to pick players up at different spots and do these things, like I don't think we've really seen that many bad Sydney rookies in general.
True.
They're always effective. They've never done like a North Melbourne, hey, we're going to come in and like cull 15 players because the team's shit. Like every player they bring in is generally quality.
Yeah.
Even you guys like Armadi and stuff that have taken a bit longer, like they're still decent.
Armadi party. Lachlan says, hey, Joe, Diego is available. Is Sullivan a bigger risk?
Diego Garcia, maybe? I don't know.
There's no Diego. Who's Diego? Who are you talking about, Lachlan? There's either Breville, let him cook the sandwich press. There's either Breville or I'm not sure who Diego is. Diego Maradona. Captain Flash has fixed his tub.
Nice.
Congratulations, buddy. Evening, boys. Rookie coach, how's it going? How confident are we feeling heading into round 10? About what? If it's about the Bombers, then I'm feeling all right. If it's about my super coach team, not so much.
Yeah, pretty much. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. There's a lot of people in worse positions than what we are. It just kind of sucks, that's all.
He meant Degoe. Diego equals Degoe, I think. All right. Well played.
I've said it before, right? I say it every time. If Joe Richards plays, and Sullivan will play if he's good enough. I think there's other people in the Collingwood team, that will leave before these players. And these are the teams that I think will keep playing the players as long as they're good. So if they perform, they'll play. That's basically my opinion.
Well, fingers crossed. He does have a really low break even, which makes it even more, I suppose.
Yeah, we need him to play. The captain is going to be important. What buy round do Collingwood have?
They got the painful one.
Oh, so that's perfect. We get like four weeks of good cash gen from Sullivan, and then it's done.
Biggie got flushed, never to be seen again. I hope not. Not.
Well, I mean, we talk about players and potential and things like that, and at least they can say, hey, he only came to North on a 1-year contract, right? So at least you can say, hey, we've given him a shot. It hasn't worked out, but that's okay. Like,
it's too early to say that, though.
Well, he's saying he's been flushed and he's never coming back.
This is Jonas, bro. Of course he's going to say that. Jonas can't say anything positive about anybody.
Mate, if North Melbourne comes into the mid-season draft and takes a key back, Biggie's in a lot of trouble. And there's potential that we're going to go pick up Burgess from WA. 200-centimetre, 110-kilo beast. Think of Sam Collins. There's no way that Biggie's surviving if that happens.
Which 77able should I use my last boost on Roberts, Reed, and Graham for Zorko, Oliver, and Breville? Very nice.
I would do it, but I would be bringing in Oliver. I would go after someone else. I think Oliver's washed. I don't know if the guy's going to come back to being in form. I would do the trade. I would use your boost because we're going to get like 3 trades in a couple of weeks anyway. But I would not use it on Oliver. I would be using it on another player.
Clayton Oliver is 498k. Who is someone else at a similar price point, like Fisher?
Yeah, or grab Nazaya, or spend 30k more and grab a Rankin before he plays West Coast next week. Or a little bit more and do 2 other things. Like, there's stuff you can do. I just think, or spend 70k more and grab Petrarca. Oh, sorry, it's like 55k more and get Petrarca. Like, Oliver just doesn't seem fit. I don't know what's going to happen. He is playing West Coast this week, so maybe he dominates, but he just doesn't seem fit. So, I don't know.
There's a chance Joe gets a big year and keeps winning.
Whatever.
I'm
gonna hear about this.
You're in Perth, mate. It's a good thing you're in Perth. You'll see a biggie on the weekend. Michael, does it help Powell with Sheasel going back?
No, I don't think they play a similar enough role. Potentially it does, but I think Powell, he's just a young kid, right? That's the biggest problem with Powell, is that he's playing a role in a team that isn't winning a lot of games, and there's a lot of people kind of sharing that ball and things like that. If you look at Powell, I don't think his CBAs have gone down. I don't know like how much of a loss of scoring there has been, but it's just that we've been losing and we've been losing hard. That's mainly what it is, I think.
Potentially. What time do team sheets come out? It's about close to 20 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, 20 minutes or so.
Oh boy. 12 hoops. Joey, we are in third. The lid is off. Flag Dons. Let's beat the brakes off North and the Tigers and break this finals drought, mate. It would be a dream come true, mate.
I truly think it's going to happen this year. Like, I don't think you're going to make finals. Sorry, I don't think you're going to win the grand final, but I think you're going to do similar to like what a Carlton did last year and, break into the top 6, like come the finals round.
May the Lord answer your lips. Go Dons on your Supercoach lock. Calm the Dons. Why did I bring in Stewart last week? Because he's a good player.
You got to listen to more sentimental content.
I traded out Rodgers instead of Graham. With McKercher and Graham out, I'm fielding Howes. Bro, Howes will still perform well. He's up against the Eagles, and they are the worst team against defenders. So, mate, if there's a week to field Howes, this is the one. You're doing all right, Jonas.
I'm looping Howes at the moment. I think I have Closey or someone else in the back line. I think the plan is to loop Howes, and we'll see what they score beforehand. It depends if Reed's named or not. If Reed's named, I'm in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, no Duncan tonight. That would be really good for sure for Stewart. So feel better, Cap and Flash. Feel better. Essendon to finish 9th by percentage.
Yeah, that'd be pretty
at least we don't lose a final if we do that. At least we don't lose a final. And thoughts on Zorko and Sullivan in, Howes and Rodgers out. I reckon you can hold on to Howes.
Yeah, I think this is the worst week to trade Howes. He could legitimately reset his cash gen, which would be hilarious.
Correct. Yeah, nah. Bro, if trading out Howes is the biggest of your concerns, Hoops, I'd gladly swap teams with you. Why do you have Nam and Yartapulti instead of Dees and Port? It's because of Indigenous round. They do that for Indigenous round. More and more teams are doing it. I think Melbourne started it off a few years ago now. So more and more teams are getting onto it. I think West Coast did it for the first time now. St Kilda have done it for the first time now. Port Adelaide. So yeah, more and more people are jumping on board. Yeah. Would you go Naz if that would mean I had 6 primos on the round 15 buy, I only have 3 premiums on round 14 without Stu.
I don't mind it because you can always bring players in later. Like you might get an Ethan Phillips, we might get a few of these other guys who are going to be doing stuff for us. So give me 1 sec.
Yeah, sure, no worries. Jeez, everyone feels lied to. There we go. Now we're talking about all the background. Hopefully, this weekend's game should change the percentage, 100%, and I think it should. Did anyone listen to the Shays? Yeah, yep. Mention that Maltesing. It is very, very interesting for sure. But if they don't have anyone to come back, like it will depend. Does Bergman come in to fill that role of halfback? If so, then it really does seem that North Melbourne and Shazel are committed to the next evolution of Shazel. Is Big J actually a little J? Is Big J Santa? Everything's a lie. Joe's a cult figure. That is also a lie, Cheese. I am no cult figure anywhere. Big J. I love it. Another trade I could do instead of Ryan, get Marshall in an R2 and have Sweeter R3 rather than get Zorko or Rankin.
If you were going to do stuff, I would almost say it's worth coming and having a look at I'm not sure what Jackson's like at the moment, but at some point the guy's going to end up being a keeper. So might be the time to jump on Jackson. If Sweet has a donut or something like that happens, you could be okay.
Yeah. Dennis or Denise, hi guys, please pick one. Walsh, Steele, or Dunkley. I was going to bring in Steele, but the injury news concerned me.
I would grab Dunkley. I think Dunkley's fantastic.
Dunkley's going to have his bye in a couple of weeks, right?
I think he's got the last bye, doesn't he? Oh, is he round 12 or not?
Yeah, he's round 12, Dunks.
That's all right. He'll be fine.
Walsh with no Chera. Steele is the last bye.
It's more our midfield. Like our midfield really don't have that many round 4 byes, do they? It's like Tom Green and that's it, I think. So you're not struggling too much.
True.
I just think Dunkley's a very good player. And Brisbane have started their run now. So, yeah, hopefully it works out for those people that have him. Because I want him in my team, but I think my last spot is Petrarca, unfortunately.
Johnny Arrow, how's it going? Not sure if she's playing him forward mid this weekend. However, doubt he will reach his break even. It's unlikely. It's a really high break even. But if he keeps the role, and then if he gets the role that he needs to be, and then keeps playing it, he's gonna he'll bottom out in price really quickly, and then start to escalate very quickly again. Is the problem because if Sheasel plays half back, he averages 110 to 120 playing that role because the kid's a jet. So that's the thing. So he'll bottom out in price very quickly and then rebound again.
The thing at the moment, I think we've put too much emphasis on it early on, Joe. But break evens don't matter as much now. Like you've got to play it because you know they're going to be a keeper. Break evens don't matter so much. So Tom Green, he's only valued at 528k. Well, I better get rid of him because he's cheap. Like, that's not the mindset now that we need to have. Sheasel's not someone that, unless barring a role change, you're getting rid of. So, sure, he's got a bad week. But then in, 2 weeks, as Joe's saying, he's probably going to go back up in cap again. So, yeah, if you're going to sideways him or whatever, okay. But outside of that, that's probably the only reasoning I'd use.
Watch Whitfield and English be arrested, bro. It would just perfectly sum up my season.
He's breaking the tag, mate. Whitfield's not getting arrested, nothing.
It would be perfectly, yeah, exactly. Mr. Gordon, Mr. Marshall are both saying hi. They can get stuff.
Twitter changed its URL now. It's now x.com.
I
don't know if you noticed.
Interesting. Yeah. What's my team value? Asks Freddie. My team value is in the bin. It is mudded. It is only 13.13. Everyone I have is losing money, and all my players on the bench are dropped. So it is very tragic at this point in time.
Yeah.
Here's what. Hey guys, Luke Ryan or Flanders in this week? Flanders, break even of 99.
See, I would go Ryan just for the buy rounds. I think Flanders has a pretty high, like, there's a lot of players that have the same buy as Flanders. And I would be avoiding bringing in more round 14 players. Like, a couple of weeks ago, fantastic, no worries. But there's a lot of round 14 players. And with us having a lot of really good guys in the midfield already, I just don't think you can really do it.
Yeah. Blues fan, oh no. Can't believe the fish has entered my team. This is self-inflicted pain.
Yeah, didn't play in my team when I was in Carlton, but now he's in the team again. It's tough, man. It's tough.
Big J kind of see Charlie Curnow and Isaac Heaney live because you're driving fast, trying to get to Sydney, mate. Zork would be the only true try-position player. If only they could give us that. Yeah, that would be crazy.
Yep.
Would be crazy. Degoe in, Mitchell still out. Yes, that's correct, Velo. That's ridiculous. Not going to run us off this week. I feel like I should, because if I do, then we win. Now I'm concerned that because I'm too excited, we're going to win.
You're going to win.
Oh, Cheese. Oh,
how you doing, Cheese? Thank you.
You Cheese, you absolute superstar. Would you rather your AFL teams win a cup in the next 3 years, but finish runner-up in Supercoach in those 3 years, or in the next 3 years, you win Supercoach one time, but your team loses the grand final in that time?
I would rather, like, Joe's probably in the same position, but I would rather have my AFL team actually doing better. I'm at the point. Yeah. I'm at the point, like, at least Essendon are winning games at the moment. North Melbourne's not doing much. So if I could have North Melbourne somehow miraculously bring in a good players, and then the rebuild happens, we do well, and then we start winning games, and then we make it like a grand final and win in the next 3 years, I'd be very, very happy.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Supercoach can get in the bin if it means, like, Essendon's doing well. And that's basically what's happened to me. My Supercoach is in the bin, but I'm still happy. I'm still, seeing life from a positive perspective and going into work, happy, coming back here every week and being my same jovial self, because just this club just means so much to me. You know what I mean? And we've been shit for so long. It would mean everything to win a flag, to win a final. At this point in time would be the equivalent of winning a grand final, because then it would officially signal the end of the dark days and we're finally turning it around.
Yeah.
Jay, thoughts on my trades? Cadman and Biggie for Sullivan and Martin. Wanted to go Butters, but couldn't since McKercher's injured.
Thoughts on my Cadman and your one for Sullivan? Who's Martin?
Nick Martin.
Oh, yeah, I'd do that.
Yeah, it's fine. That's fine. Nick Martin's top 6. Ethan Phillips is playing too. Yes, hold your ghost. That's a big one. 100%. Huge news. Unfortunately, his job security is not going to be that flash is the problem. So, but at least he's someone that we can downgrade to in a few weeks. What are the chances Horn Francis Pickles gets DPP?
It's an interesting one. I'm secretly, so a lot of people are finishing, and this is kind of a bit of a secret, but I'll let it out at the moment. I'm hoping round 12 we get a few DPP players coming in, and all these people who've now like thrown all this money at your Zorkos and Sheezels, and not Sheezels, but Zach Fishers and all these other players in the forward line who, they thought were only going to be the keepers and the top 6 guys. I'm hoping we get a couple that can kind of submarine and then find their way into DPP. So, yeah, Horn Francis could definitely be that player. I know people are talking about Petrarca and forward line. I don't think it's going to happen, but there could be some other people that we just don't know about. So, yeah, we'll wait and see what happens.
Yeah. I'm just trying to see if I can look.
He's got like 100-something average, so, yeah.
Well, look at
Bloody Mark. Come on, yeah, Mark. Get in the grand final with the Bombers.
Mark,
mate, Joe will come and sit with you at the footy if that happens. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, Mark, mate. I will fly. At one point, I shall fly to WA, and I'd love to grab a beer with you, mate. And I will shout you as many beers as you want on that night, because you are an absolute legend, my friend. Thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts, my friend. You are an absolute superstar. I'm just trying to look up to see what I can scrounge up for you guys in terms of the Horn Francis. Here he is, Jason Horn Francis, 70% mid, 30% forward. He's barely shifted from that 70-30 split in the past. So he needs to play predominantly forward in the next 2 weeks in order to get that forward status. He needs to bump it up to 35%. So, yeah, you're going to have to keep your fingers crossed, guys, about that happening.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. But it's going to be a few.
Big Daddy Gorn is going to go 160 plus. The only hope I have is if the game's over at halftime and they just decide to rest him because he's an old man.
They're not going to rest Max
But
Gorn.
the buy is coming up, so they're not going to do
him.
that. I'm telling you, that's the only hope I have. And the other hope I have is potentially he does something. And I'm not going to say it because that's just rude and it's disgusting. And you're not supposed to wish injuries on anybody. But yes, he's going to go bananas. It is what it is. He's a great captain option for this week. Could close. Oh, sorry. What did you press? I missed that. My loop. Not your loop anymore, Ben. You're so. Bro, what are you crying for? What are you crying for, Ben? I have a bench full of loops, mate. What are you talking about? I'd gladly have only one loop. Then you. No, he's not. Squeak. Hey, Joe, trade Whitfield. Must keep Sheasel. He will be fine. Upgrade in Europe. I'm not going to trade out Whitfield without Lockie Ash this week. Like the whole point of keeping Sheasel is that we're not sidewaysing premiums at this point. Is the thing, So trading out Whitfield is almost as bad as trading out Sheasel. So yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, you don't touch him. You've got him.
Kai Broom. Sydney trip next year. You don't say, mate. You're up there, aren't you, Kai? Could be a good time to catch up.
Could do national tour, Joe. Centre bounce national tour.
Mate, Gorn's last 3 to Optus, all sub 100.
Yep.
Yoda, please make this happen again. Yoda, please. Velo, here is something for you guys. Every merit disposal Big J has a shot. Every Sheasel disposal, Joe has a shot. I see Big J being drunk at quarter time.
Mate, 5 minutes into the game, I'll be drunk. I tell you what. That's what's going to happen.
I love it. That's an interesting game, Velo.
It's going to be fun.
You guys bounce a ball. Oh, Cap and Flash, you're an absolute legend, mate. B James, I've ain't heard of not Caden McDonald.
Oh, that spelling, mate.
I love it. That's the spelling, that even Caden who? I love it. Blake, which defender would you bring in out of Houston, Sinclair, Stewart, Martin, Whitfield, or Dale? Martin.
Yeah, I think Martin. I really like Martin. I think Dale's good. I think the one that's screaming out at me is Houston. He has lost a lot of his ball and distribution off the back line, which isn't great. He's lost a lot of kick-ins. But that round 13 bye is really, really good. And I think a lot of us are going to be like, cool, jump on all the Freo and Port players, round 13, round 14. But yeah, it would probably be, I don't think Sinclair's the right guy to pick anymore. I think Martin and then Dale and then Houston are probably the 3. Yeah.
This disgusting management. Disgusting. It's 6:20, so I'm just trying to see if there's any. All right.
Yeah. Games are out.
All right. So we've got Friday's games. All right. So make a note of where we got up to with the comments, I think. So yeah, Matt Roberts out, confirmed. Oh, what happened? Oi.
Joe's touched
what happened? I didn't click anything. Bro, the AFL website.
Take notice of where we are in comments, Joe. Go and find us back.
Yeah, exactly.
Here we go.
Flash. I've had my upgrades locked in since Sunday Arvo. Roberts and Reid for Zorka and Merritt. Very sick. Very sick. Love it, Captain. All right. Now we'll go back here. All right. So Cowan dropped. Cottrell out. Chera injured. If you've got Sam Walsh, pop a champagne bottle. You're doing it again. Jack Martin injured. For me, it's a pretty big out, Jack Martin. Cottrell's a pretty big out as well. Chera's a pretty big out. You've got Orazio back in? Yeah, nah. Sorry, Carlton. The Blues lose this week, unfortunately. Gonna go with the Swans, even with Matt Roberts being managed. So, cool. That's that.
You've got a new debutant, Joe? You're me pretty happy.
Ooh, I love me a debutant. There would only be one person left. Only one person left today.
He's probably going to kick 100 goals as well. So we'll see what happens.
Oh, what a great way. All right. Schultz and DeGoey, Jeremy Howe and Bytel. So Sullivan holds. Sullivan holds his spot, ladies and gentlemen. Where is he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be a fine person to trade in.
I think Bytel is out first anyway. Like, I think Sullivan and at least Richards have shown a little bit more than what Bytel has done. I think from memory, Bytel came on as the sub. So, like, he was the sub and then he got injured. So there's space in the team at the moment for them.
Yeah. Murphy and Hamill, no one really cares about the Crows there. Wait, where is...
Max Gawn out this week.
Just interesting. Josh Rochelle, half forward, Dawson. McHenry. Wait, where the hell is Rankin? Oh, there. Forward pocket. All right. Interesting. We then move to the Doggies. No, Buku Kamis is not back still. Shit. Yep. Kelly out. Ash out. Hopefully that means good things for Whitfield. Jesse Hogan, game 150. Congratulations. Were there any other milestones that we missed? Nope. No other milestones. Good. We haven't disrespected anybody. IntelliGere, 200. Congratulations. Okay. Jeez. All right. This is wow. This is rare to see. Very rare to see. Far out.
Yep.
Oh. Jack Hayes. Yeah, don't worry about him. This is annoying. Camera's back, though. On your camera. But yeah, another player dead on my bench. Oh, far out. This is just... This is just... Steely Green, yeah, we mentioned him already. Seth Campbell out, yeah. Everybody's injured. Kane McAuliffe is back. Congratulations. He has to play. They've literally got no one left. Dunks, game 150. Congratulations, Dunks.
Mm-hmm.
Not too bad. Nate Cuddy, come on, boys. Let's go. This is Sunday, though. But if they're naming him...
if they're naming, he's going to play.
He's going to play. He's going to play. Nate Caddy, let's go. Congratulations, Cads. Oh, we're going to have a good time. Nick Bryan, probably, interesting. Interesting. Nick Bryan being named. Wonder what that means for Goldie. He's still named on the field, Goldie.
Yeah.
Dylan Shield is still an emergency. And Caddy's still here. Brian's still... Okay, so all these guys are still on extended interchange, not confirmed. No Will Phillips. Guys, there is no tagging happening for Zach Merritt this week.
Will Phillips?
None whatsoever.
What are you talking about?
Simkin or Bergman.
Yeah, I think he's named... I don't know if he's named on the bench or what's happening at the moment. Because I like, the emergencies haven't come out either. So he could just be named in the team, but not named, if that makes sense. Depending on what happens. So, yeah. Sucks for some people.
Named a half back.
There you go. This is why we keep him.
So is Fisher.
Yeah.
Toby Pink
I could totally see this back line just being like, cool, this is the players we've got. And then a Bergman named, and then Bergman just plays off the bench. And then it's the same rotation. That's kind of what I'm looking at the moment, but we'll see.
So this is kind of good and kind of bad. Good for Merritt, less attention coming his way. Bad for Biggie Nguyen. Biggie has genuinely been...
He's not coming back. He's done.
Yeah, Hardiman's gone. But Hardiman's gone from the back line. You've added potentially Bergman to replace Hardiman.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
And McKercher gets replaced by Sheasel moving to the back line.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, no trading out of Sheasel now for sure. Rose could be back. Sweet.
Yeah.
Please be
I
back.
see someone at a certain follower position, and I'm a little bit worried about Jordan Sweet, but we'll see.
Piss off, Dante. You're not playing there. Come on. Dante can't be ahead of Meek. Dante will get monstered by Meek. He can't do it. It's got to be Sweet.
We'll see.
It's got to be Sweet. I'm
Hopefully
very
for your sake, Joe. You don't need any more injuries and players not playing.
I've already got all of them. Yeah, Ethan Phillips should be playing. Surely.
Yeah.
You've named him. He's going to play.
Yeah.
Gunston, Scrimshaw.
Oh, he's named on field, Joe.
Even on field as well. There he is. Yeah. Well done, Sammy Mitchell. Petrocelli out. Johnston dropped. No Elliot Yeo. So that's confirmed. So I'm not going to keep Harley Reid anymore. Fullerton and McAdam.
Yeah, McAdam's going to play this week, so we'll see.
Ben Brown, mate, could be back. Christian Salem could be back. Gee, no Van Rooyen. That's pretty
Ben Brown's going to play himself into the Coleman this week. Playing West Coast.
He is literally the last one.
At least McGovern's named, because I know there were a few injury worries about McGovern, so he's not even named on the bench. Like, he's properly named in the team.
He's here.
I know Scott Father, I think, might have him in their team. So
yeah. Good for him. Good for him. Yeah, so those are the teams. It's a bit more carnage for my team.
It hasn't actually updated with the blue dots yet, so I'm kind of waiting.
So, yeah, I'm going to have to do what I have to do.
Yep, now it's updated.
And please play. Please play. Don't scumbag me. Please play. McKercher, who knows how long he's going to be out for. Sheasel, I have to hold now. And I literally have a bench. Literally have a full bench of dead. Dedge. This entire bench is dead, ladies and gentlemen. This is what a team is not supposed to look like. So, yes. Look and learn. And don't repeat what I have done. So, yeah. Thoughts and prayers with everyone in a similar situation to me this week.
Yeah. It's almost worth looking after a Sullivan or a Revel and just bringing one of those guys in. Just for
I've brought Revel in.
The cash gen's going to be great. And I think there's a few injury worries.
So, yeah, Revel comes in. Hopefully Revel can cash in on the Richmond matchup this week. All right. Mark, Fisher and Payne for McKercher and Roberts. Payne? Jack Payne?
No Payne.
Well, please tell me this is leaves $318. I hope you don't really mean Jack Payne. You're not going to spend $309,700 on Jack Payne, who is a defender. So leaves $318. McKercher and Roberts. All right, how much does McKercher cost? McKercher is $379,400. Let's do some mathematics for our good friend Mark. So $379,400 plus Roberts. How much does Roberts cost? Roberts is $388,600. Okay, so you've got that much money, and if you're getting in someone like a Revel, you'll have $665,000. And then if you're bringing in Fisher costs $384. All right, if we add the $102,400 because you don't want Revel really badly, $383K, there's no one worthwhile at that price. There's no one worthwhile at 384,000. So you might as well just bank in the cash for next week, Mark. Just get the rookie and Fisher if you really want him, and then just bank the cash for next week. There's no one worthwhile trading in at 384,000.
Yep.
Martin and Houston in a raffle. Yep, sure. Is the chance of Cheezel getting forward DPP worth holding?
Like, he's not going to get forward DPP.
No, he's not going to.
It's not going to happen.
The Garcia boys are handy and randy. They are. I wish I had. Wait, Hugo is not so handy anymore.
Maybe the other Garcia.
Randy's definitely better. Sullivan should be staying. Might just be sub to go. He will come in for Bytel.
Yep.
Yep. Hey lads, when would you trade out Meek?
You might as well just keep him for the rest of the season.
I know.
The guy's scoring has been that good that you might as well just keep him. I think people are saying that he's got an easy run after the buys. He's got an easy run before the buy. He doesn't have a shocking buy, I don't think. So, yeah, we'll see what happens.
The Breville will burn your tongues, boys, mate. The Breville. Hey, look, I'm no Brisbane man, obviously. Obviously, you can tell. But DR, of course, the legendary DR, he is a very big Brisbane Lions man, and he vouches for Breville, the sandwich press. Let him cook. He vouches for him. So if he vouches for him and his job security, then I'm not gonna say no to someone like him. I'm taking a punt this week to keep scorers on field, keeping Fife and Reed, Cadman and Howes out for Zorko and Sullivan. Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind keeping Fife. Fife had a tough game last week. Cam McCarthy passed away. He was crying before the game. He was clearly not thinking straight. He had the CBAs. If he didn't give away 6 frees against and getting caught holding the ball 5 times, his score would have been so much better.
I'm not a fan of trading Howes. Like, I think Cadman goes, but Howes still has a decent amount of money to make, and he's playing a team that gives up a lot of points. And from memory, if we quickly look, Melbourne plays St Kilda next week. So he's playing the team that gives up good points now in the back line. And then next week he's playing the team that gives up good points again in the back line. So, yeah, it's not great.
Bicky last seen down where it would be.
You've got better options to do it.
Ryan VC into Butters C for me this week. Let's go. Not bad. Not bad. Message, this is the way 26-year-old Oliver is not washed.
No, like, it's not about being washed. It's more about, like, just not being fit, and something's happened with him. And, yeah, just watch the way he plays. It's not the same. I don't know if it's a Melbourne thing or if it's just him kind of still recovering from not playing in the preseason and obviously off-field things that have happened and have affected his body. But, like, if he's popping out 120s, okay. The guy can barely score an 80.
Daniel will be the sub this weekend for the Dogs as Jason Johannesson did his hammy, apparently. Okay, there we go. Thanks for the heads up, Kai. Much love, mate. Be wary of Gorns on C this week, gents. You have been gorned. Don supporters coming out of the woodwork. Bro, I've literally had this background for as long as I've had a green screen. I have never shied away from being an Essendon supporter, West Coast Eagles rule. I've always worn my heart on my sleeve, brother. Friday night football for the Bombers. We are getting quite a few. You play well, you get rewarded. It's that simple, Mark. It's that simple. David Lynch, how's it going? Representing the Carlton Football Club. How's is the last game of the week? Yeah. And he'll score really well in it, I think.
Yeah. Traditionally, anyway. Like they'll score well, traditionally. So, yeah. They give up a lot of points to halfbacks.
Please, God, let Phillips play. He's going to play. He's going to play. Jake the Snake will kick 20 goals on Howes. I'm not sure he's going to be playing on Howes, though. Velo, Essendon to make finals only to lose in straight sets to keep the record intact.
At least he had a good season. At least he could enjoy the regular season and be like, cool, we made finals, we did really well. Lose 2 games doesn't matter.
Not even just that. To lose in straight sets means we finished top 4.
Exactly,
like
right? Done.
That's unreal.
You'd be happy.
Doesn't care about disposals anymore. Yeah, that's correct. He doesn't. It means though that he did care about disposals before.
Nah, I don't think so. It's not a stat.
Okay, I'm dying. I know Howes shouldn't be a trade out, but I'd not have the cash to trade out Graham instead. So should I just go Rankin instead of Zorko? There is something to be said for going Rankin ahead of Zorko, and that is that two things. Firstly, Rankin doesn't have the extensive injury history and age that Zorko has. And secondly, Rankin has around 15 buy, whereas Zorko has the very first buy, where we've got some more players in there. So there are a couple of factors going in Rankin's favor. He's also, I think, cheaper as well. So you could fade Zorko for Rankin. You could. Zach Reed in this weekend and Ridley, or keep for next week. Rids isn't coming back this week, or Reed. I don't think there's a real need for it. Let them both play in the VFL, get some more runs in their system, and they'll be fine moving forward. Bouncy brought in Bolton 3 weeks ago. He will come good though.
Hopefully.
You never know when is the problem. He always just goes bananas.
He always seems to be a product of the team. And unfortunately, the team's really crap at the moment. So if they're going to keep getting smashed, he's not going to win like these hit outs. He's not going to get the dominance that he really needs to go big. And I feel like in a Richmond team where there's a lot of other threats, like he does well. But when he starts copying attention is when he really struggles. And obviously he is, because they've got no one else at the moment.
Yep. Still a high team, still higher than my team value. All right, potentially. Well, I don't know if you say so. Don't be so sad, Joe. Plenty of people doing worse than you. Yeah, I know, but like you put yourself, Uncle Akka. Yeah, I appreciate it, bro. But honestly, you put yourself in my shoes. I suppose I'm a content creator. I've got people who, like you guys, for example, here on the stream, looking to ask for our advice and things like that. You know what I mean? So, and I'm putting my team out there, and I obviously have high expectations for myself, and I do want myself to do really well. So, it can be a little bit hard to stay optimistic and positive all the time when things aren't really going your way a bit. But look, 100%, it's all about perspective, and still enjoying the game and still enjoy coming here and talking to you guys. You know what I mean? Like, even if the team's doing shit, which in my opinion it is, I still get to come here and talk to you guys and have a good time and have some banter, and talk some Bombrays, So 100%. Thank you so much, though, for your support. Adam, hey, fellas, would you go Butters to close off the midfield or go Zorko in the forward line? I've only got Heaney and Flanders down there at the moment. Mate, Butters. 82 break even, playing against the Hawks this week. Is he going to get any cheaper? Plus, he has that beautiful buy that he shares with Fremantle.
It's a real tricky one. Mm-hmm. It's a real tricky one. Like, obviously, the Hawks give up points, and no Rosie, Joe. No Rosie.
Yeah, no. Oh, he could play this week, but depends. What's your forward line looking like? If you've only got Heaney and Flanders, who else have you got there? You probably have Reed, Wilson, Darcy. So this is probably Reed, Wilson, Darcy, and maybe a Sexton. Reed probably won't score great without Yo in the team. We've seen it the last couple of weeks. So, yeah, maybe Zorko, but Butters could go bananas this week against the Hawks. It's a 50-50, really, I think. It just depends what's weaker for you. You probably have Klahisi as your last mid as well. Go with the heart, Adam. Go with the heart, I reckon. Nemo. Capone, Italiano. Sullivan or Howes on field?
I think Clark has now been named the sub, Joe. I'm just going to quickly check.
Clark is the sub. Okay, there you go. You'll be 50K.
Yep, Jai Clark, Alex Davies. So Sexton survives. Let's go.
Sexton survives. Thank the Lord.
Apparently, he's named as a follower, so you know they're going to have fun and swap Rowell and Sexton just for the lols.
Just for the lols. You'll be 50K richer though. That might make up. It's true. It's true, but money can't buy happiness. Money can't buy happiness. You know, you can always gain money through hard work in your life, but you know, winning a grand final, bro, there are people in their lives who live their lifetimes and don't see a grand final.
Yeah.
Like there are droughts that are over 70 years long. And I always remember when the Swans broke their drought against the Eagles at the MCG, and you pan to the crowd, and I will never forget this. This old man with white hair, clearly in his later years, hugging who I assume to be his adult son, and crying, and I'm just imagining that this old man with the full head of white hair was waiting his whole life to finally see his team win a grand final. Nothing is guaranteed in life, bro. Nothing's guaranteed. Money comes and goes, but to win a grand final, you need all of the stars to align. And for me, I don't know. It's pretty crazy. I'm that much of a nuffy that I'd take the grand final over the 50K. You can call me delirious. You can say I'm being disingenuous, but I swear to you, I'm talking from the bottom of my heart here.
And like, imagine if you're a St Kilda fan and like the last time, and then Melbourne hasn't won since like 1950s or something. Like, it's great when they won, but boy oh boy,
yeah,
I don't know if I could do it.
Yeah. Riley, thoughts on Jeremy McGovern?
Yeah, don't pick him. That's my thoughts.
He was good. He was cheap when he was great. Now not so cheap. When he started going for Essendon. Yeah, I started going for it. I was roped into picking the Bombers because I'm a 95 baby, but my parents aren't big footy fans. I'm a first generation Australian, and they didn't have football teams really. Was in kindergarten in 2000. You have to pick a team in order to go in and have your footy day, go in your clothes. Who's winning at the time? It's the Bombers. So it was just fortunate circumstances that at the time the Bombers were winning, but we picked them without actually watching any of the games. I only seriously got into footy as a fan, maybe 06. I started to really barrack for the club and watch footy games with my friends. But when I was younger, I never really watched any football. So it was only officially in around 2006 that I started to watch. And of course, by then, the Bombers had already won their last final in 2004. So in all my active barracking years since 2006, I'm yet to still see a finals win, let alone a flag. So, yeah, I'm keen to see that finally end. Kai, track needs 87% forward time in both. Yeah.
Yes.
That sucks. If Mark keeps this up, your airfare set. It's true. It's true. Mark's been an absolute generous man. Generous man. Tommy, Reed, Fife, and Cadman for Merritt, Zorko, and Sullivan last boost used.
Do it.
Beautiful.
Good trades, Tommy.
Teams are in. Yep, just seen that. Butters, Ryan, and Sarong. Wait, Butters, Ryan, Sarong, Dacos, Gorn, who do VC and C?
I really like Ryan. Ryan needs to be in your list. Who else is playing? You could totally go Ryan into Butters, and you would be very, very happy, I think.
Yeah. Whoever still has boost left is pure luck.
Mate, I treated this year as just being cool. All the buy rounds have 3 trades and worked out okay for me, I think.
Yeah, probably. Oh, Bergman in for North. Is She's now not getting halfback flank Fisher season?
No, I think
they've dropped 2. They dropped 2. Yeah. So Hardiman's dropped and McKercher's out. So there's 2 being replaced by Bergman, and no one else is a halfback flanker distributor. So that's what's happening there. Idiot Burton still. Yeah, I know. Burton, Farrell. I don't know why they're both eating into Houston. It's
Oh,
disgusting.
every time. I don't think I've seen. I think Houston gets like 1 or 2 a quarter at a minimum. Like it's just it's bonkers.
Yeah. Do I trade out Howard this week? Nah, don't do it. Toby. I know it's not super coach, but in fantasy, I've done Shazel and Roberts to Dunkley and Laird. What do you reckon? Oh, Shazel's playing half back by the looks of things, man.
Yeah, it's fine.
So don't do it. Joe, I am positive. Highly intoxicated individual positive. I love it, Jonas. Yeah, I always break shit. I always break the stream. What have you done? I always do something stupid. But get around Nate Caddy. He's going to break that North Melbourne back line. Let's go. I love it.
It's already broken, Joe. Why do you need to break it even further?
Bro, Nate Caddy is a wrecking ball. Someone has to tell him, you got to calm down. You can't go ballistic here, but what a perfect time to bring him in with basically a sellout Marvel Stadium. Come on in. Welcome to the big time, young man. Can't wait to see it. And congratulations to Guelph on game 100. But yeah, can't wait to see it. Kane McAuliffe and Garcia dropped. Garcia dropped, yes. But McAuliffe is in, Anthony Younes.
Yeah. Or at least on the bench. Maybe he's going to be the sub, but at least he's like named. I don't think they've got anyone else, really.
Who's going to tag Walsh?
No one.
Who's the tagger for Sydney at the stoppages? Not going to be James Jordan.
Potentially, maybe it is Jordan. Maybe Jordan will tag one of them, but we'll see.
I love it. Jonas is disappointed. Todd Pangtasia, damn, where the hell is Bins? Bins might be in the bin, Jonas. Boy Dot, Toby Pink, or Caddy. Nah, Caddy's not the sub.
Neither
of them are the sub. What's Joe doing here? Thought he was window shopping on other podcasts this week like he's a free agent. Mate, I have been very busy this week. I've been very busy, but no, come on, bro. Come on. You know I'm going to come back home.
That's it.
I'll come back home, brother. You know me. If you Vossi, why bring in Orazio? He's a spud.
Mate,
enjoy him.
Carlton could play with one dead spot on the pitch and they'd still do really well. So I don't think you're in trouble.
Did Peatling sleep with Kingsley's wife? I don't know. I actually totally thought that he was going to be in. Sure.
Maybe he said, hey, look, I know that it's probably the same with Phillips, but from North Melbourne, but I think there's a few players at this point that are kind of like, cool, I'm shopping myself around. I want a new team. And then they're getting punished for it potentially.
She's on him of half back. Yeah, he's gonna play there. I know I've always said this, and that these team sheets, you'd wipe your butt with it. But the thing is, you're also looking at not just the position, you're looking at who's coming in and out. It's not, even if he was named forward pocket, for example, you'd be looking at the ins and the outs. You'd be saying, okay, McKercher halfback, he's out, and Hardiman halfback, he's out. How many halfbackers have they brought in? Only one, which is Bergman. They've dropped 2 and only brought 1. So it's not just simply looking at the position of the name. You're looking at overall what the list is going to look, what the team looks like coming into the week. This is more important than where they're named, because Sexton's not playing on the ball and Harrell is not playing centre half back. Noble 100 for the Pies. Congratulations to him. It was so sad for him missing out on the grand final. Joe remaking his funny live stream last week or so. Don't quite get that one. Gazanfar. Should I get Ryan or Butters for Fife and Reed? Ryan or Butters?
Look, I like Luke Ryan, but Butters is going to go up in price again. I would pick Ryan. We'll see.
Full send. Hardiman drop better for Shazel. Correct.
Yeah. 100%.
Is there any other extent? No. Not
and that's
yet,
the
Freddie.
scary thing. I don't know if the scans have come through or what's happening, but McKercher seems to have thought, hey, look, it's not going to take that long. Maybe it's going to take a bit longer than what we thought.
Yep. Why is Visentini on field? Surely this is done by Hinkley. You know Hinkley's a dumbo. Come on, look the way he risked freaking his captain.
Yeah. I don't know.
The week after a hammy. Let's go, Phillips. Very nice. Bring Ben Brown at 250k.
No.
Lol.
No.
Beware the coasters. Yep. I held Joe last week. What do you boys think I should do?
Trade him. I think he's done. He's not coming back and being a keeper in the back line. So use that money and finish off the team in another spot. I think coming up to now, I don't think he's a hold. And if he comes back, he's probably not going to, there's always reoccurring injury worries. Holding him last week, okay, there was potential that he's going to stay, Peter. But I really do think that it's time to go for the player. And I think you can get someone in who's still cheap.
Look, he was a test coming into this week. So maybe next week it could be better.
He's
exactly true.
True. He's going to come back and play 2 or 3 weeks and get injured again.
Yeah, true. You got half the Gold Coast team, Joe. Like, let's just say I've bought stocks in Gold Coast. Sweet, looking like he's not. Don't say that. Would you look at trading Sweet? If not, don't say that. Don't speak it into existence. He's playing. Revel or Sullivan? Who are we taking? I'm taking Revel personally.
I've got Sullivan this week.
You got Sullivan. Yeah, do I trade Yo?
Probably going to bite me in the butt, but I went Sullivan.
Because I've traded in Revel, Sullivan's going to score 120 and Revel's going to freaking do something else.
I hope so. Trade
him, apparently. Yep. Who to trade out now, seeing as Garcia is out? Graham or Garcia?
The Graham should be back. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to be back. And Graham's more expensive. Garcia has the better. I think Garcia's got the better buy round out of the two. Keeping Graham and getting rid of Garcia could really hurt. And the problem is, my reasoning, right, in my head, and you guys can tell me if I'm wrong or not, but my reasoning is that Garcia is at least still around the mark. Graham has either pissed off the coach, or maybe I said to Joe off air last week, maybe he's done one of those things that's cool. He's turned up for training late, or pissed off someone, or got cranky at the coach, or something like that, and he's just been dropped, and it's like a Bevo punishment because the guy's just disappeared from existence. He did it right in the VFL, and then he's still not being named, and not being named as an emergency, and he's not going to play this week, and he's got a worse buy and a lower break even, and he's more expensive, so you get more out of the trade. There's a lot of pluses there and not as many minuses there. At least Garcia could be back in this week if the Saints have a late injury. You know what I mean? It's a lot.
Yeah. Don't trade in Ben Brown. I thought you were joking, Nate. Kane McAuliffe an option over Sullivan and Revel. That's an idea. Has he had a price rise yet, Kane McAuliffe?
I don't think so.
Why not?
Because he's likely to be shit.
They've got no one.
Yeah, maybe. I do like Sullivan. I think Sullivan's a good player. If you guys want to go different, then that's it.
I mean, they've honestly only got 23 fit players on their roster.
But Scottfather posted something like 27 players that were available.
Keep 5 versus McKercher.
Only for the fact that he's playing, and he has a better buy round. But I would probably trade McKercher. If you brought him in as a cash cow, okay, time to get rid of him. If you think he's going to be a keeper, it's a tough one.
My McAuliffe pick has finally paid off. Surely gets a game because they're in the head of options.
Just take away everything and then pick him in your team.
I mean, we could just look at the injury list, see when where's the injury news, and see when injury reports round 10. Okay, wait, what is it about Graham? 1 to 2 weeks. Toronto 3 to 4 weeks.
Look at that.
So Hopper 2 to 3, Toronto 3 to 4. So the earliest return then, the only one who's going to come back and kick McAuliffe out. Does Jack Graham play midfield?
No, I think he's a defender.
So Hopper's still 2 to 3 weeks away. Could get 2 price rises out of Kane McAuliffe. When's their bye? When did Richmond have their bye? Last week. So if Hopper's out for 3, then you get 3 price rises out of McAuliffe. Can we say the same for a Sullivan? So he's got Brisbane, Essendon.
You guys can pick. You go after him. Take McAuliffe. I'm just jumping on Sullivan. I like Sullivan, but you guys who. Ben, I don't even think he's going to be named. He's named extended bench, and I think we'll go with Bergman over Toby Pink, to be honest.
What is the chance of Carroll Lenny? Oh, sick picture. What is the chance of Carroll hitting his 50-ish break even?
Boy. Wow. I don't think so. I think let's say, there's a fair chance because Cherry's out and Carroll plays a good midfield role. In that sense, potentially. But he hasn't been playing that well, I think, in the last few weeks. So it's not great.
You've convinced the boys read out how it stays. Very good.
Yeah.
Hiswa, who would you bring? Ryan, Martin, Whitfield, or Nas? Ryan.
I do. Yeah. I would go probably Ryan, Martin, Nas, and then Whitfield. Yeah.
Yep.
Just fixtures and whatnot.
Don't know just yet. Captain. Who did captain this week? I reckon a VC on Ryan is really juicy. Dacos, VC's juicy. Merritt, juicy. Butters, juicy. English, juicy.
If you've got a Brisbane player, like a Dunkley or something, looks really good as well.
Could be juicy. And Gorn, of course, also juicy. So those are a bunch of options
and,
there for
any
you.
of the Melbourne mids, like a Petrarca or potentially a Matt Rowell, if you've got no one else, like chuck them in.
Yeah, exactly. Should I bring in Fisher this week and Rankin in next week, or get Rankin this week and fade Fisher?
I would do the first one because Fisher's going to go up in price and Rankin will go up a little bit, but not a lot, hopefully. And then Rankin next week will play West Coast. I think this week Rankin's matchup is Collingwood, and it's not that great. Like, he'll score okay, but he won't go monster like he will next week. So you can get both in over the next 2 weeks and be happy.
Yep. So sorry, Jeff. Cheers, Benny. Cheers, mate. Much love. Shoot by Clark sub. He plays so well in the minutes he plays. Scored 36. Yeah, he's the sub. Okay, guys, off to a comedy show tonight. Enjoy. Thank you so much. Have fun at the comedy festival, Mark. For some reason, the emojis didn't quite translate well. I'm not better than you at some random. I'm not better than you. Some random Cats player get injured a minute in.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, yep. Are we trading out Garcia? Not right now. I can't. Ange, how's it going, Ange? Hey, lads, and everyone watching. I've got Ryan as I started him, Sarong Butters in Houston, solely for their mid-season buys. However, I want to make up rank. Can I throw a VC on Dunks? I want to.
You can, but Ryan, St Kilda give up a lot of points to halfbacks. So Dunks is a good player. I think he's going to do really well and score well, but they give up a lot of points to halfbacks, man. It's not great. So there's a few players this week, I think, who are almost certain. And I feel like this week we're going to get into a similar situation like last week where 4 or 5 players scored really well. And, you could end up with a Bontempelli scoring 15 or 20 points less than potentially a better option if you kind of go for a pod. So, yeah, just something to consider, I guess, a little bit.
They literally play at the same time. I would have loved to have gone VC into C, but they both play at the same time. Look, Ange, if you in your heart of hearts reckon and truly believe that Dunkley is going to beat Ryan's score, then there's no reason for you not to go with Dunkley. There is something called a gut feel, and backing in your gut, you never regret it. You can regret if you didn't back your gut, and then the result turns out as you felt, and then you have that regret of, I should have backed myself in. If you really, he's got a very favorable matchup at home against Richmond, who got destroyed last week. Bont went a 135.
Yeah.
Brisbane have to win to bounce back and get their season back on track. So Dunkley could go bananas, and it will absolutely be a pod move. If you're looking to have a pod and you're looking to bet against Ryan, they might put attention into him. They might play Caminiti as a defensive forward on him. You never know. Back your heart for sure. Sexton on my bench. Lucky you.
He's going to play forward line.
Pink might not play, so you might end up fielding Sexton. Thoughts on my mids? Sarong, Bont, Butters, Miller, Rowell, Steele, Walsh, and Green.
I like it.
Beautiful.
Round 14 bye is going to hurt a little bit, but outside of that, I like it.
Very nice. Garcia, Rogers, or Graham? Which one would you downgrade? Asks Christo Jr. 21.
Rogers is too late, so probably Graham for me. I think he has more of a chance to come back, but Graham's disappeared from the planet. So unfortunately, we're not going to get the 300k player like I would have liked. So yeah.
That's when I was born. You were old. 2006. I've been barracking for the Bombers for as long as you've been born, Hoops. Jeremy McGovern is still a great buy. I'm bringing him next week or two as my D9.
I don't like it, Michael. If you had the money, I'd throw it on Naz. I think Naz is a much, much better player at a similar price, either this week or next week, because his run at Marvel Stadium is fantastic, and Sinclair has come to the midfield. So I don't like it. McGovern's going to be okay, but I think he ends up scoring a lot better.
Travis, thank you so much, bro. I can't believe we missed this before. 200 trades this week. Pet and the Sandwich.
Petrarca?
Out. Fife and Roberts still have Reed.
Nice.
And 126k. Wow, very, very nice. Very well done. I'm so sorry for the delay in reading this message, Travis. I'm really well done, bro. Thank you so much. Congratulations on those awesome trades, bro. Jeremy, hey boys, love your work. Thank you. Love your viewership. Who goes first, Graham or Garcia? Probably Graham, maybe.
Yeah, I think Graham goes first, but it's up to everyone else, really. How you're feeling. As I said before, I think Graham just disappeared. So, yeah, at least Garcia's around the block.
Yeah. Trading out McKercher. Look, I'm holding him for now. I think this is what my final trades are going to be, given the freaking news of what's happened. Reed and Cadman out for Zorko and Revel. Both Reed and Cadman are going to lose money for me if I hold them. McKercher's not losing me money this week. I did want to trade out Sheasel, but it really looks like he's going to be playing halfback in that role, given the team and the changes made. And Sheasel off halfback is absolutely a top 3 caliber defender. He matches Ryan and Dacos playing off halfback. So Sheasel's a hold for me now, and I'm keeping McKercher as well. See what the extent of his injury is, and if he's out for a substantial time, then he gets traded out next week. Richmond only have 26 available players. Unreal. Livingston to Revel for a boost, yes or no? I don't think Breville is worth a boost, but then again, we're almost at the buys, and you're going to have an extra, and that's by that point in time, we're going to have extra trades anyway, so you might as well use your last boost, I guess.
Might as well. It's a bit dodgy, but
will Scott go back instead of Shees?
No, hopefully not. Hopefully
not. Gone for Jackson R2 Fisher taking very sick, very cool.
I like it. And the beautiful thing about Jackson is he's end up being really cheap. I think he's going to drop a little bit in price again. So you might end up being able to grab Jackson and then just run him as a like an F7 ruck loop.
Mm.
So, yeah, it could be pretty juicy.
Harry, Stuart, May, or Naz? Naz.
Yeah.
For now?
Yeah.
Jai. Sweet is a name on ground. Are you guys sure he will play? He's
No.
he should play. I am very confident that he should play because they're up against
We'll
me.
find out tomorrow. We'll find out
We'll
tomorrow.
find out tomorrow. Correct.
Tomorrow
But
at 5:30.
I'm really bullish on Sweet being named. He got through all of the training this week, didn't miss a session. He finished all the training, and they're up against Lloyd Meek, who is a mountain of a man. There was a reason why Dante Vicentini was behind Sweet and Soldo. He's not quite up to it just yet. He's still very raw and he's still skinny. He needs more time to fill out and develop in the sandful. So I'm very confident that Dante Vicentini will go back out and Sweet should reclaim that spot. I'm pretty confident, just from a football perspective.
I really hope he's not named as emergency though, Joe. Next
Clark sub again. Yes. May I have to play Darcy Jones in a forward line? Should I spew? Look, Darcy Jones before last week was doing very well.
Yeah. He's my D6 and I am not.
F6.
Sorry, yeah, F6. If he scores like a 60, I'm going to be praising his. Yeah.
Is the Bombers Roos game sold out? It basically is, Jonas. It really is. I tried looking. I tried looking for more tickets. I tried looking for more tickets today to start with for some friends of mine that could sit next to us. And mate, you couldn't find two seats next to each other.
Is it allocated seating or is there going to be general admission area?
We always have general admission. I haven't received any notification that it is a fully ticketed event, which means that if you have a general admission membership, you should be able to scan and walk in and grab a seat in any general admission area. So, yeah. Nate, what do I do? Sweet R3 with Gone English. Will I eventually sell Sweet for dollars? Eventually, yes, you will. You already have R1 and R2. Ben, if I trade Yo, I can't trade in a rookie this week. That's okay. There's some great rookies next week on offer.
Yeah, it's probably the week, and we've said it a lot about Zorko and Fisher and a few people bringing those guys in. Like a rookie plus Luke Ryan versus a Zorko and a Fisher. Joe Richards is going to be fantastic next week. He should play like consistently. You're not forced to bring in a Sullivan or a Breville. Like I really like Sullivan. I think he's the better player of the two. Breville does have a lot of injuries in his team that might keep him in the team, but yeah, I like Sullivan, and I don't think you're forced to bring someone in this week. So,
yeah. Yep. Conway, nah, not for me.
No, not when we have Sweet at R2. Like, why would you?
You didn't want Gordon to get injured, even though your super coach taking a hit. Mate, wishing an injury on someone is the lowest of the low, and it says a lot more about you as a person than anything else. And wishing an injury on someone, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Do we know wishing someone could be the sub? That's entirely different. But wishing an injury on someone is JT, do we know players with DPP coming up round 12 to keep an eye on? We'll make a video for that on that, JT. Should I be worried about? Don't be worried. Would you field Laird, Crouch, or McCluggage in draft? McCluggage. He's got Richmond.
Yeah.
How can you have a D9?
Mate, you got DPP. You can put all your defenders in the forward line. That's it.
We pay extra money, baby. Love those trades. Thanks, Ben. Love your input as well. In the comment section. Love hearing from you. Do you get extra boost during the bot? You don't get extra boost.
You get 3 trades though. Yeah,
you get 3 trades. Thanks, lads. Legend as always. Love you, Ange. He's virtually non-owned dunks. Yeah, exactly. So you're gonna go real potty. And if you got it in your heart of hearts that it's gonna work, and it really could. He's got Richmond. He's got the walking wounded. They have to call back Kane McAuliffe. That's how injured they are. You know what I mean? So Dunks could go absolutely berserk. He really could against the worst midfield in the comp. He really could. Richmond supporters seeing what West Coast have put up with the last 100%. 100%. Poor Uze. What a tough first year.
I don't think it's as bad as COVID year, though. That was terrible. Having to bring in VFL players to supplement the team. Boy, oh boy.
Hold McKercher. I am until we hear the extent of his injury.
He's not
Sullivan
losing money.
or Revel.
The best thing.
Yeah, correct.
Just not losing money.
Look, I think Sullivan loses his spot to Mitchell. When Mitchell comes back, I think Sullivan goes out. Revel loses his spot to Bailey, but Bailey is out for a longer time than Mitchell. So plus the DPP. So for me, Revel, but for just pure cash gen in the short term, Sullivan will make more money in the short term. Can't get Rankin next week. Need either Nick Martin or Bond. Who would you choose? The Bond.
Bond. Yeah.
Field, Jones, or Dempsey?
Who are they playing? Let me quickly check.
Jones is playing against the Dogs, and Dempsey is playing tonight against the Suns.
I don't know how well Dempsey's going to do in the wet at TIO Stadium.
Yeah, go with Jones.
Yeah, I think so.
Joined not long ago. I'm so confused. Is Sweet playing? Look, his
is
name
on extended bench, which means he could be the emergency and not play. I was saying this last week. They might just play one ruck. Dixon is really good, and they've got a few players in that team that can ruck and play other positions like an Alir, a Dixon, heck, even a Sava's quite tall. Todd Marshall, I think, has rucked before as well, so they might just stick with the one. Jordan Sweet, unfortunately, could be sub, or not sub, but could be extended bench, and then emergency, which would kind of suck for those people that have him at R2.
I think, look, you can be concerned because it's obviously not confirmed, right?
100% be concerned, yeah.
But I think on the balance, Sweet should be named ahead of Dante Vicentini. Just plain and simple. I think he should be named ahead of him, and Dante Vicentini is a Stanford ruckman. There you go, Velas, supporting your boys. Injury is a bit far, but the flu is still on the table. Wishing for someone to get the flu. Joe, you may be thinking you're having a shocking year. My team value is at 12.7 mil. Absolute garbage, bro. We're both shooting it together. Hoops. We're both in the same boat. Is it worth keeping a boost? Probably not.
I think, Nate, just looking at the teams, I think it's worth you keeping a boost for around 14 or 15. If you've got boosts left, keep boosts for them, because there's a lot of people, especially the ones ahead of you in the rankings, who are going to have 4 or 5 premiums out in round 14, potentially the same in round 15 as well. And that's when you can really jump up and you'll do very, very well. So if you've still got boosts now, don't splurge them if you don't have to. Keep them for when you can make 4 trades. And you might have a week where Melbourne doesn't play, which is that Byron. Gorn out. Oliver out. Petrarca out. You could end up like having a full midfield worth of premiums, and that's huge scoring in the buy rounds. Worth having a look at doing it, depending on how many players you have in those 2 buy rounds.
Yep. Supercoach God, how's it going, man? If you haven't already, sub to Supercoach God. Yo, what's good? Just saw the teams and Vicentini on field. Should we be worried as a fellow Sweet R2 owner? I'm not thinking about it.
Wait till tomorrow, 5 o'clock.
Thank God we're not looking to trade in or trade out anyone from tonight. Is all I can say.
Well, they've got no ruckman, Joe. Like Conway versus Ned Moyle today.
Yeah, exactly. Thoughts on Hugo Garcia's chances of coming back if he's not a good shot?
I think he's more than fine. I think they just need a small forward in today's game, and that's why he's been put on extended bench.
With Hugo out, I can't pick Sullivan now. That's rough. Bailey's only a week away. Okay, that makes things really scary. But if, again, I'm not going to say that I am a Brisbane Lions expert because I'm not, quite frankly. But when someone like DR says that he reckons that Revel will hold, I'm willing to believe him. It's not a very sound argument. It's it's obviously not a logical. It's probably a logical fallacy asking from a position from strength from someone else, just citing one expert opinion. But for me, I just think that if I'm not sure, I'll rely on the fans because they know their team more than we do, and he reckons Revel should hold. And surely they won't rush Bailey back. He is way too important. Is another thing there. So we'll see. Luke Ryan for 200. I really hope so. Really hope so. Which two do I feel? Jones, Darcy, Fife, and Wilson. Thinking that obviously it's Fife and Wilson. Yeah.
Yeah. I like how you said Darcy just to trip us up, and then you said Wilson because his name's Darcy Wilson.
Yeah. Boosts are imaginary now. Absolutely. If Sweet doesn't play, I'm going to be so annoyed. Already own McCutcheon as well. Bro, we're both the exact same situation, but I'm also confident.
Yeah, okay. I think House is fine.
I'll have to trade Naismith Jackson to Sweet. Not named. Corner's my R1. Then trade Harley Reid to Revel. Please, Kenny, play Sweet. Out of these players, who you want playing at the Dons next year? None of them. Don't want any of them. Hoops.
Yeah, take all the North Melbourne washed up players again. You can have Zerha. He'll do well for you.
I don't want any of those players. If Sweet is sub, I honestly feel like it's a terrible trade.
Yeah, he's not made enough money. Yeah, we'll see.
I agree.
Right.
I think that's we've gone through all the comments. So thank you guys so much for watching and joining us. So many of you people came in tonight. It's this might be, we hit the 160 viewers at one point. I think that might be a new record for us potentially. So thank you guys so much for joining us today. You've been absolutely incredible as always. Hope you had some fun. Please drop us a like on the stream if you haven't already. Obviously helps out the algorithm. If you're new, a subscription also help the growth of our channel. We've jumped up double-digit subscriptions in the span of a day, which is unreal. Thank you guys so much for your continued love and support. You guys make, even in the tough times, as many as there have been so far this year, you even make the tough times fun. So much love to all of you guys from the bottom of our hearts.
Guys, if you haven't already, check out our meet and greet video. Would be loving to see some of you guys there at the game. Come and see us beforehand. Have some food as well at the Nixon. Sorry, not at the Hilton, at the Nixon at 11 o'clock. Should be a lot of fun. Even if you guys can't make it because you don't have tickets, spend a couple of hours with us, hour and a half, come and hang out, come say hello. Should be a lot of fun. They might need some more tables and chairs because we'll see who turns up. Don't worry about Sweet too much tonight. There's a lot of changes and things that can happen. 5:30 tomorrow is when we start watching. So we'll see what happens with that. Maybe we'll do another video depending on what happens.
The Nixon is in Melbourne, Nate. Yes,
it's right across the road from Marvel Stadium.
Right across from Marvel Stadium. So you're going to be there at 11 o'clock. Hope you all enjoy your weekends. Hope you enjoy your football. Don't stress, as he says, as Big J says. And we look forward to seeing you all when we see you next. Because here at the Centre Bounce, we do the hard work. So you don't have to. Yes, you.
Smash that sub button and the like button.
Like and subscribe. See you, boys. See you, girls.